So, hey everybody, it's Ida coming at you. Today, we are going to make chocolate cake with mashed potatoes inside of it. It's going to be fun. Yeah, don't roll your eyes. I mean, I saw you do that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to start with creaming together a pound of butter. Not margarine, butter. It's very important that you use butter. So we're going to walk over here, and we're going to put a pound of butter. That's 4 cubes. An entire box, okay, of butter. You just take them. And these need to be at room temperature. You'll see this is really soft. I've left this out overnight, so it would be, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. It's not going to go bad. Don't worry about it. This is how we let it come to room temperature. A lot of the things we're going to use today are going to be at room temperature. Others are going to be cold, and I'll let you know the difference. And it is important in the recipe that you follow that piece, okay? All right. Now we can throw away those wrappers. Then we're going to take 2 cups of granulated sugar, okay? And it's important that we level that off. We want to make sure that that's 1 cup. And then we're going to take another cup. Okay? 2 cups. And we are going to cream those together. And what that means is that we're just going to let this start working its magic. And it's going to pull it all together. You have nothing yet to do with this. And in the meantime, while that's working, we have some dry ingredients that we are going to sift together. So I'm taking my big mixer here, and we are going to sift together 2 cups of flour. I just had it, but just make sure it's level. We want 2 cups, that's 1. And 2. This stuff over here that we're working on, you want that to mix together like it is. Oh, look, the cameraman found it. By the way, the cameraman's my son, Kenton. Thank you, Kenton. Okay, we're going to put that in there. And because it's almost full, we're going to go ahead and you're just going to sift it through this strainer. You want to do that because it's going to make the flour lighter and the cake better, okay? So we're going to let it go through there. Once I get down a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Level it off, 1 teaspoon. Okay? And we're going to take a 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. Now, I have a little secret weapon. When I make chocolate cake, I'm going to take that almost a half, what I call a scant 1/2 cup, and a tablespoon of espresso powder. Okay? I'm going to put that in. Now we're going to let that all go into this bowl. You have to shake it around so that it comes through the ends, but that's what you're doing. You're getting rid of all of the clumps and things and putting some more air into this flour. That way, your cake will be lighter. And we've mixed together now the baking soda, the cocoa, and that espresso powder so that it's not all ending up in one place inside our cake. Sometimes you put that in, and then even though you're going to mix it up, you end up with stuff a little bit not mixed as well as you want it to. This helps to mix it together, okay? And then when you get enough, you can do this. That makes it a little faster. All right, almost there. And you can see inside there's some clusters. When you get down to the end and you still have the clusters, you can take the back of a spoon and push them right through here. That breaks them all up so we don't have those clumps, okay? Now we're done with that. That's gone. Okay, now we're going to walk back and we're going to add 3 eggs at room temperature, 1 at a time. Notice I broke them open. I made sure there's no shells or anything weird. And we're going to just pour 1 at a time and let them mix into this. I'm going to turn up the speed a little bit. Let each egg get mixed in thoroughly, okay? That's really important. Sure. By the way, just so you know, I wear glasses around the house because it's easier for me. So they're on today. When you see me out and about in the public and I want to look even prettier, of course I take the glasses off and wear my contacts, okay? Now, here comes one of those tricks. We have 1 cup of cold mashed potatoes. These mashed potatoes do not have butter, sour cream, milk, or anything. It's just potatoes that were boiled and then mashed. And mashed as good as you can. And all of that goes right in there. We're letting that beat into. Okay? You want to let that mix really good. And then we're going to put about a teaspoon of vanilla. I never, ever really measure the vanilla. I just go until it looks right to me. You certainly can measure if you feel insecure about the measurements, okay? And then I'm going to turn up the speed again because I want this to really, really get mixed together really good. I don't want lumps of potato in there. I want it to be smooth and wonderful. Okay, then we're going to stop it for a second and we're going to push. Make sure the sides have been clean. All the edges go down in. And we'll let it start up again, okay? Now, we're coming over here again. And we are going to slowly, we need to add a mixture of milk and all of this dried goods, okay? And what we're going to do, we're going to take 1 cup of milk. So I'm measuring, and this is just 2% milk. No, we tend to like this reduced fat 2% that's lactose free. So that's there. Now we're going to walk over to the mixer. And we're going to add about a third of this dry ingredient. I'm going to turn the speed down because we do not want this puffing back up in our face. So we're going to use this, and we're going to put about a third of this right into the cake mix. Okay? And then we're going to add about a half of this milk. And then we can turn the speed up. Then, of course, we'll stop it again. We'll scrape down the edges. It's really important that you continue to do this through the process so that everything gets thoroughly mixed in, okay? Okay, there we go. Now we're going to add some more of the cake mix. Okay? And then some more of the milk. Maybe you can divide that in thirds. This part does. So use your best. Turn the speed up again. Okay? And then we're going to put the rest of the dry ingredients in. And the rest of the milk. And then once again, we're going to turn up the speed. Let that really mix in good. And then I have about 1 cup of chopped up pecans or walnuts, either way. And you're going to put that into the cake mix. And then turn up the speed and let it really, really mix together. In the meantime, if you haven't done already, you've got 2 9-inch cake pans that I've greased with flour. We're going to bring them right over here. We're going to put the milk away because we don't want to cut this. Take that off. Coming back over here. We're going to clean this off. All right. And then, you do need to do this and make sure it's okay, just a little bit. Put that in the sink. Now, you're going to take one last bit with this and make sure, just fold everything back in to make sure that everything is really well combined. Okay? And you're going to put about half of that into one of your cake pans. And sometimes, my recipe calls for 9-inch pans. Sometimes I think that there is more of this than the pan can really hold. In which case you can either make cupcakes with it or what have you. You just mix that around in here, spread it out. We've been having our oven heat up to 350 degrees. I'll find another little pan to put the rest of this in, maybe. I'll do that later. You don't want it completely full in here because it'll bake up over the top, but about 3/4 of the way. All right, oven's heated to 350, and now we're going to put these into our oven at 350. Close the oven up, and we will set a timer because if you're like me, we'll forget, for 25 minutes. So I have my handy dandy. All right, we're back, and we think that these cakes are probably done, and we're going to open up the oven. They're not done. I can tell you that right now just because they jiggled. So we're going to close the oven back up, put them back in, and we're going to give them another 5 minutes. Now the one on the bottom, let's see where we're at with it. Still a little jiggly. Actually, no, I think it's done. Let me look. Way to know? Take a toothpick. Put it down in there. No, see how everything's stuck to it? That's because it's not done yet. So that needs to go back. The cakes are ready. And let me show you how you can tell. You're going to take that toothpick like we said before. You're going to put it down in there, pull it back out, and see how it comes out clean? That's how you know it's done. Now you're going to take the cakes out and put them on a cooling rack. Remember I told you I had leftover last time? I did. Here's the cake from that. We just made one square. There you go. So now these are going to sit for at least 10 minutes before you take them out of the pans, okay? And then you can take them out, let them finish cooling on the cooling rack, and then you can frost them. We're going to use a cream cheese frosting. We'll put some between the layers that I've made. I will tell you, just so you know, this is cream cheese, powdered sugar, cream, and almond extract. That's all that's in this until you get to that nice consistency. And we're going to put some between the layers of the rounds and then some more on top, and then we'll just frost the square. I'll show you what it looks like when we get all done and give you the recipe. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.